Hello, gentlemen, and welcome to yet another episode of the Gentleman's Club. I'm your host, Marc.antomattei, and in today's episode, we're going to be talking watches. Now, I got my eye on this brand new, just released Timex M79 automatic wristwatch. About 48 hours ago, I got an email notification from Timex because, I clicked the opted in button to say, hey, when this watch is released, please give me an email notification to let me know so that, I can go to the website and purchase it. So that was about 48 hours ago. And when I did click on the link, it came up on the website and it said just released. But, as I was scrolling through, there was no, the buy button on their website. They call it add to bag. I didn't see that button on the website, so there was no, option for me to buy. So, what could I do? Here it is, 48 hours later after I got that email. I revisited the Timex website because I got apparently some other email from them, a little bit unrelated. But so I go to the website and I see that it says now out of stock, and where that button should have been, now there's another button that says email when available again. So I think I'm going to have to go through the motions and, oh man, it's a headache, but I really got my eye on that watch. I'm very keen on buying it. I'm looking forward to buying it. But I guess until I actually have it in hand, let's just go ahead and give it an advanced preview. First, let's focus our eyes on the computer real quick. First, we're going to take a look at how this all started and where this came from. So originally the Q Timex, and the Q stands for quartz. This was a Submariner-esque type dive watch that was released, worldwide. I just wanted to say the United States. I guess in wherever markets it was sold in the 70s. I think it was the late 70s, and this watch was quite popular, and it was re-released or reissued rather by Timex as of last year, and this was just a complete runaway hit for Timex. And this thing was out of stock for so long. I think it's finally back in stock again, but my desire to buy this particular watch, I have a desire to get it, but I would rather get the automatic version first. Anyways, let me scroll down through this. As you can see here, it has a Pepsi Submariner-esque type look to it. You could see the bezel has number indicators going all the way around, indicating the hour going up to 12. It's quite a very nifty looking watch, utilitarian type of looking watch, and I could see myself getting it for that, and just for the fashion aspect of it. I mean, it looks damn good. Only $479. The current rating is at 4.3. It does have its fair share of problems, which I guess we can get to once we make it down to the comment section. So it says first released in 1979, our original diver-inspired Q Timex gave a new generation a modern Timex watch with quartz technology. A true reissue, we recreated every single detail, including the true to the era woven stainless steel bracelet, functional battery hatch, rotating top ring, luminescent paint, and ticking inside is a modern quartz movement. And this is 38 millimeters, and it has a day-date window. Water resistant up to 50 meters. I almost said milliliters. Stainless steel watch case. Okay, and it shows some similar watches inspired by the spirit of the 70s. I'm not going to read all this stuff. Let's get down to some of these comments. Of course, it has more 5 stars than any other rating, but of course, it has its fair share of 1 and 2 stars. It's just kind of an average watch. Pretty, but 2 major irritants. Frustrating. It's a lovely thing, perfect size, fits nicely, appears well made, but 1, it's so hard to set the time accurately. You move the hands Move the hands to time, press crown in, and minute hand has a wheel of its own. Hard to place within 3 minutes of actual time. 2, the crown can be pulled up and stop the watch during usual office wear. So a lot of people are saying it's hard to set the time on this. And one guy says it's so hard to get the, I can't find it right now. Yeah, here it is. Great concept, average execution. I wish the seconds hand lined up with the indicator. So that seems to be a big issue. It's mostly about setting the watch. Let's look at one more. Problematic band. Austin Daniels was talking about this. Sometimes it snags his hairs. This guy says the same thing. I really like the Q Timex, but the band must be worn rather tight to avoid removal of arm hair. I got hairy arms, so it's quite likely to happen with me. But all in all, man, it's a beautiful watch. I mean, look at that, man. Look at that. How can you not desire that? I don't like that profile view. That's kind of ugly. Look at how that kind of protrudes up there. I don't like all that extra spacing inside of there. That's kind of ugly. But most people, including myself, are not going to be looking at it from that angle. So I guess it's kind of, yeah, it is what it is. I think the band looks beautiful. It's just the problem that it has, and especially the problem is snagging hair. That's not going to be fun at all. All in all, it's a beautiful looking wristwatch. All right, so here we go. The M79. Let's go ahead and click on that. The moment you click on this, the sleekness is just, man, it's all there. If you go back to the 38, look at the Timex logo. Here it looks like 79 Timex logo, and here is the current one, which is a lot more sleeker. Even where it says quartz here, inside of like that kind of retroized, squared off font, here it says automatic, so much smaller and sleeker, and it, you know, the font is just that much more spaced out in between the lettering. It just looks that much better. This is still water resistant up to 50 meters. And man, if you look at that bezel, the bezel is so much wider, and it really now truly has that true Submariner feel to it with the labeling of how they did the bezel. And of course, this is it's inspired by the Batman. This is gonna be a complete runaway hit, especially with how fast that I seen that it sold out again. And if you look here, the day-date window, it has black font lettering on a white background. And here it's completely reversed, where it's kind of, I don't want to say that it's seamless, but it blends in more with the watch. It doesn't stand out more. Not necessarily Mercedes-Benz hour hand, but you know, you could tell that it's inspired by that. And since this is automatic, hopefully it's going to have more of a flow to it going around that second hand. And hopefully it's going to be less of an issue of setting this thing. But this is 40 millimeters, whereas the Q Timex was 38. And let's check out the prices here. The Q Timex is $179, and this one being automatic just jumps up in price by $100, which I'm willing to pay because I think it's going to be that much more better of a watch. It looks to be that much more better of a watch. There's a Japanese movement inside. It's not, they don't make us privy to what kind of Japanese movement is inside. What it could be, like a Miyota, or probably a Seiko-esque movement inside of there. Our M79 automatic is something entirely new, even though it might look familiar, inspired by the 1970s Q Timex and elevated with a 21 jewel, man, that sounds so Seiko, mechanical movement. This watch is a fresh interpretation of a much-loved Timex icon, featuring a unidirectional bezel, so you could turn it both ways. Less about function, I suppose. I mean, the function of going in the water anyways, but I can't see anybody buying this watch for diving with. Luminous dial markings, a woven stainless steel bracelet, and exhibition case back. This modern watch captures the bold spirit of an era that changed everything. Oh yeah, let's look at the case back on the Q. It's just stainless steel, and they have, you could insert a coin just to open that up to get the battery out quite easily. Here, check this out. Look at that exhibition style case back. That's beautiful, man. That really looks like a Seiko inside of there, a Seiko movement. But one can never tell. It just says Japan on the back. Yeah, you really can't tell with that. I guess I can put in some more research, and by the time that I actually buy the watch and give my actual review of it, maybe I'll be privy to that information at that point in time. But now you just don't know. But man, it's a beautiful looking watch. Look at that. One thing I still hate about it is that profile view. I don't know about that black spacing inside of there. Why couldn't they just move this bezel down a little bit more to have it more in line and flush with the watch, man? I don't like that. That's ugly. But like I said, not so many people are going to be looking at that. The crown has no markings on it. I mean, they could have put a T there or something. Gave it a little bit of extra styling and flair by putting something on that. Still has the exact same band. I think it's still going to be snagging hairs. I think it's the exact same band. Let's go ahead and yeah, that looks exactly the same there. They're not going to change that up for this. Wow. So this is what I was talking about. Email when available. It was supposed to have this thing here where it says add to bag, but when I clicked on it the day of, I didn't see anything out of there. Now it's just out of stock. I wish they would have released this watch retail in stores. I mean, I could try checking my local Bic camera and Yodobashi camera here in Japan to see if this has been released retail, because I might have more of a chance of getting it then, or I'm just going to have to wait for this again. Let me go ahead and click email when available. Put my email address back inside of here again. Okay. All right. Thank you. Your request has been registered. All in all, it's a beautiful watch. I'm looking forward to getting this. Yeah, look at that video. This is the hot piece at the moment, man. I got to tell you that. I really got to tell you that. Thing is chromed out, man. Anyways, I thank you, gentlemen, for tuning in once again. Salute to you wherever you may be out in the world. And as always, gentlemen, keep it classy. See you guys in the next one.